Hey guys, Dan Heilman. We are back with another video. Today I am back from vacation. I have been a little bit MIA for the last basically 2 weeks. I've been on and off vacation. It's summer, beautiful time to finally spend some vacation days and do all that stuff. But there's been a lot of fear in the markets, and we've had a beautiful weekly close, a beautiful candle. A lot of us who have been watching this space for quite some time have been really worried about a breakdown from some of these levels here, specifically this 62,000 level. We haven't had no closes below, what is this, 61,400. So this is on Coinbase at least. The weekly closes, the weekly chart looks quite good. It looks like we are ready for some movements here. The RSI is kind of slowly moving downward. We're still apparently, at the higher portion of the RSI, which is quite interesting. If you go to the daily, it's obviously on the opposite side. It's on the very low side. But on the weekly, let's check out the 3-day. 3-day doesn't look as cool. I mean, the structure on this weekly chart is kind of perfect. I know a lot of people had talked about it on YouTube, and other people had talked about if we close below this level right here, this 61.3 level, it would have been kind of a bad omen for Bitcoin and the entire crypto market. If we go back to a lot of these different time frames, you will see that this does often happen. So you can see right here, kind of the same thing happened, right? So this is 2020. If you look over here, we had a lot of fear here. We had a lot of coming down. We had quite a big pullback. But then right after that, we went to see basically 120% gains from there. From here, we saw about a 300% gain. So unfortunately, the bigger run was down here when there was almost no activity. And that kind of happened again this time. There was really no activity. This is where there's a lot of fear in the market. A lot of people are really worried, cryptocurrency going to zero, is the government going to ban it, as happened in other countries, etc. There's always a lot of fear in the market when we're coming down here. And then it just kind of slowly makes these quite big gains up to here. So we came up to about 165% gain right here out of nowhere. It went up 27,000, where a lot of people were not even really talking about what's happening. It was it's kind of because it's like that slow 441 day incline, right? So I mean, it was almost kind of trading sideways over here, but I mean, I guess that is an 80% gain, so that is substantial. But I have a feeling that most people did not purchase near the bottom here. When everyone is, I don't know the quote from Warren Buffett, but what is it? When everyone's fearful, you should be greedy. And when everyone's greedy, you should be fearful, kind of like that, right? So you kind of are supposed to do the opposite of the sentiment. But, I've gone through my Bitcoin prediction, and I think it's still looking totally on target. You can see my prediction I did a while ago over here, and you can see way up here. Who knows if it's going to be a 4x, a 2x, 10x, 100x, who knows? Bitcoin has such a high market cap right now that it probably doesn't have it in it for 10x, but who knows? I mean, things are changing. If countries start picking up Bitcoin, if companies start picking up Bitcoin as a hedge against inflation, if we print more dollars, US dollars in America here, the price of all assets, stocks and cryptocurrency especially, will start going up because people will not want to hold a lot of US dollars here. But this candle was just a very good sign for the market. And we have this beautiful bullish candle with a very long wick to the downside. What is that? Almost a 7%, $4,000 wick all the way down to the downside. Congratulations if you bought the dip. I am a bit out of cash at this moment, so I have my holdings going forward. I'm a bit worried about FET. I had a lot of investment into FET here, and it's kind of breaking down. There's a lot going on with FET and mergers and all sorts of stuff. So I think I actually won't talk too much about FET in this video. I think I will make a future video going through FET, my predictions, how the merger is going to work. We already had one of the mergers. There'll be another merger coming in 2 weeks. So I think I'll post a video when I have a little bit more information talking about that, when I can try to estimate somewhat the price of this new coin that's coming, ASI, Artificial Superintelligence, is the merger for this. So I'm not going to spend too much time on this. I will talk about that in another video. Let's continue. There was a portion down here where it hit this low. I purchased some FET in here at this 1.1 what did I purchase it at? 1.2 or something like that. So we got a nice little pump, but I mean, it went up 50% and then now it's only up 14%. So for me and my last purchase, I'm still overall down on FET because I have been accumulating FET for a while now. Maybe about a month or two, I've been accumulating FET and Render, which have done honestly quite poorly. It seems like they were just big pumpers in the beginning and now they're slowing down. Of course, we're not in the altcoin market right now. So I'm just trying to secure my holdings of my altcoins before we go into the super huge bull market at the end of this year and beginning to mid to possibly even end of next year. And then I'll be taking some profits, hopefully near the top of the market. Again, that's why I like to really talk about these cycles here, these macro cycles, when you just zoom out. As a lot of people say, when in doubt, zoom out, right? You can see we're here, but we've been in this location before, right? So if you look right here, here's the 2018 high, and we had a little bit of resistance in this zone again. And then you see, as soon as we pulled out of that resistance, we just mooned, right? We mooned, we pulled back down, and then we mooned again. So this was actually quite a big pullback, 50% pullback. I mean, if you were really good, and I mean, obviously, if you could see the future, you could be selling in here, buying in here, selling in here, and then buying down here. But I'll do my best to get as close to that as possible, and I will continue to make lots of videos on this channel. I am really bullish on cryptocurrency and obviously just investing as well. I have some videos in the works that are not cryptocurrency. I have some stock videos and some dividend stocks and stuff that I like investing in as well that I'll start making some content in. But right now I'm just super bullish and super obsessed with cryptocurrency. It's done pretty well for me. I have invested a lot. I even invested a lot at the very top of the market in 2017. But as long as you didn't get super fearful and sell out after it went down, you never locked in your losses, right? And if you just held for 3-4 years, you're just right back up. And even if you bought at the very top of the last cycle and then sold even, in here, you're still up 160% over the course of, 3 or 4 years. So it's still a very good investment. I mean, it takes a lot to double your investment. The average, they say, is 7 years to double your investment when you look at a 7% increase on the S&P 500. So if you're seeing 160% return in only 4 years, you're still doing amazing. And that's even if you got the worst entry point and sold even 30% down from the top. So even if you didn't time it well, you're still doing quite well. Or even if you're just hold like me. I unfortunately didn't do any trading. I don't know what I was doing in 2021. I was kind of more invested into stocks and stuff like that. I didn't take any profits near the top, and I should have. I've had some really big gains in a lot of cryptocurrencies. And the problem is I never take the profits. I've just kind of been a hodler, right? Just holding it. So now I'm trying to do a little bit more trading. I actually did quite well the last 3 months trading in this whole market. I sold a lot in the top and I've just been buying. If you see these 2 bars, these were my buy and sell windows. So I was buying when it hit into this window, anywhere between, I kind of had 3 bars, right? Let me just draw another bar. I kind of had 3 bars I was in and it was going back and forth between these bars. So I was kind of trying, oops, I did not mean to do that. I was kind of trying to purchase in this area and sell up in this area, but then sometimes I was selling up in this, 66,000 area and then purchasing again back in the 62 to 64,000. I made a couple quite good trades. Coinbase says I made 30 grand in trading this year. I'm not quite sure. That's pretty accurate because you're allowed to put in your cost basis and everything in Coinbase. So it says I've made 30 grand just in trading this year, which is pretty good. I've only made, 20 trades maybe, but I was using kind of a lot. I was selling, my trades were 0.1 Bitcoin. I was basically only trading in Bitcoin for a while. I haven't been really trading others because they're a little bit more volatile. I feel like it's a little bit easier. And you can just see how this thing just kind of oscillates. And usually what happens is it gets into a range and it trades up and down for a while. And sell when it's high and buy when it's low. I know it sounds easy, but there's one big risk is, say you sell out here and then it just pumps up For me, it's okay because I have invested into this a long time ago. So I already have a really big net positive on cryptocurrency. So for me, if I sell and then it goes up, I don't buy back in at a loss. I just take my profits and I walk away and I put it into something else, or I wait for another big buying opportunity, right? I wait for the market to come down for a bit. And when I'm sure it's going to go back up, then I put in another buy, right? So I'm treating this market a little bit differently than I have the markets in the past. But okay, that's going to be pretty much it for me. I just want to talk about what's going on. The weekly close here on this chart is the main thing I wanted to talk about. I think this is extremely bullish. We had this massive wick candle right here. And if you saw this candle and then bought, even if you bought at the bottom here and sold at the top of this wick, that's still, a nice little 10% gain for you. So, it seems like we're going to get a pump after this. I'm sure you can see right here, we had this and then we had this, and then we had a huge green candle. So I don't know, maybe not this week, maybe the next week. I actually had a prediction here for when it's going to start. I kind of think Bitcoin is going to trade sideways until about here. What's really funny is when I looked at the Ethereum chart, Ethereum seems to pump a lot sooner after the halving event. And with the ETF coming, I think this is going to be a great possibility. I think this is going to happen. So in the next 1 to 2 weeks, I expect a pump from Ethereum. This 91 days. If we go back, you can see 91 days. If I go back over here, where did I get that 91 days for? I didn't mark it on the chart. 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 Okay. So 91 days is where I thought I was going to pump because I was looking at this one over here. Sorry to be zooming out, zooming in so much, but if you see right here, if you basically use my little time window thingy here, if you go from here, you saw we start the pump about 80 days. 80 days to 90 days. And you can see the pump starts. We get a little bit of a correction, and then we get this really big market here. If you look at the same thing over here, it's not really the same because this was really early in the game. Ethereum was a nobody. I mean, it's literally at $0, right? And then it was like freaking almost a year before it started moving because Ethereum was not very popular. I mean, it just had came out on, I guess I'm on Bitfinex on this specific chart, but yeah, I have a feeling Ethereum is going to get, I have a feeling that Ethereum is going to do a lot better than Bitcoin. And Bitcoin dominance is obviously going up recently in the last couple days here. It was really bad. And then Bitcoin dominance is coming back up. So who knows what's going to happen? If we're looking for a big alt market, it seems like we've had an alt market and then it's going to come back up for some Bitcoin dominance. And then again, it is just going to skyrocket down once all the altcoins start ripping. You can see right here, we had this big altcoin market right here. I mean, the dominance dropped 4%. Doesn't look like a lot, but it really affects these currencies here. So that's gonna be pretty much it. I might make another video on the FET merger once I figure out how to do it and all of the details behind it. I kind of talked about it here. I wasn't going to, but I ended up anyways. It's gonna be a little bit longer video than I usually make, but that's gonna be it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button and subscribe button. I really appreciate it. If you could hit that subscribe button. It's gonna take me a while to get monetized on the account because I am not going ham on this and posting videos every single day, 5 times a day. I could get monetized a lot quicker if I did that. I just do not have the personal free time to do that right now. And I have like 12 YouTube channels. I focus on 3 of them. But yeah, that's that. Okay. Hope you enjoyed the video. Have a great day. See you guys.